Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not welcome back to the road. To Halloween Horror Month. I never did that before any other ones. I don't know I'm doing it now. We're on day 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. And we're going to talk about an episode of Monsters today, which is probably another show that people aren't too familiar with, but probably more familiar with this than most shows. But first, we got to put another decoration, another piece in the background. So actually, I took a picture. I looked at the picture before I did this video, and I did something wrong. Actually, Ghostface, he goes right here. And today, Shorty, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Funko, goes here in front of Pumpkinhead. As I put it all together, then I took a picture. I put it all together the way I wanted it. I took a picture. 3 more after this. We're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting happy. Now let's talk about the episode. The episode of Monsters, which aired in syndication October 14th, 1990. But I first saw this episode, 95, 96-ish, when they rerun episodes on the Sci-Fi Channel back then. That's right. And it was all by accident and my stupidity. Okay? I want to turn this off while I talk about the story. All my stupidity. So, it was at the time that my mom's dad was staying with us. We were going to go to a race, but we had some time before, so we're trying to find something on TV. And someone said, Monsters. And I went, thinking, Monsters? I went, I want to watch it, thinking, Monsters. So we started watching this episode. And as we got going into it, I realized it wasn't Monsters. But I said I wanted to watch it, so I sat there and watched it. And it's been in my head ever since. This episode has been in my head so much so that I've looked it up on YouTube several times. This is the 4th time I've watched this, because I watched it back then. I found it on YouTube at some point. I watched it then. I found it again a few years later and watched it then, and I'm watching it now. So yeah. So monsters like Goosebumps, Tales from the Crypt, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Masters of Horror, a lot of the other ones I've covered, is an anthology horror series created by Richard Rubenstein, excuse me. And yeah, it is an anthology horror. Apparently a lot of episodes are very cheap, and this is one of the more expensive ones. It's probably why it's one of the best. People say this is one of the best ones, so yeah, it certainly caught my eye back then. And it starts pretty much how every episode starts, with this monster family getting ready, and they, we will watch on TV. Oh, Monsters, my favorite show. And then, okay, and we get into it. It says Monsters pops up, and yeah, and you can tell from the little Monsters logo that pops in and out before they go to commercials. This was most likely syndicated, because a lot of syndicated stuff will have that, or we'll be right back to Mad Max or something like that. The syndicated stuff would have that, for kids and stuff. And in here, so the story with this one is that a woman named, I gotta go back on. I turn this back on now. Turn the sound off. Why did it? It's, Jesus Christ. Ellen. I was right. Ellen, played by Karen Silas. Silas goes to visit her sister. They they're kind of disconnected. What's the word? And because she found out that her sister is living in their father's old house. It's bug infested. There's bugs everywhere. You don't so much see that at the beginning, but towards the end you see a lot of bugs. Yeah. But she gets there and finds out that her sister is pregnant, that she's being taken care of by some guy named Peter. But like, she says that her car broke down. And when Peter comes back, he says, "Oh, your battery died." Even she's surprised on that. And given what happens in the episode, I'm thinking it was probably something small and easy fixable, and he lied or messed with it so that she was stuck there. Because it makes sense. She's pregnant, and May wants her to leave because if she confronts her, she's like, "You always gotta have what I have. You stay away from him." So what are you talking about? You gotta have what I have. The sweater, the scarf, or whatever. I had to have it. You had to have it. I'm not gonna take Peter from you, blah, blah, blah. She's lying through her teeth. She's lying through her teeth. Just keeps getting cracked, gets worse and worse. No, it's still there. It just seems like, when you get glassware from Walmart and they don't want to protect it, they just threw it in the bag and it got cracked. I have another one of these, but get my use out of this. Anyway, so yeah. Jesus Christ. Stop it. So she's kind of confused about Peter. Peter is played by Robert Kerbeck, who I thought I had seen in something else, but I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, yeah, they have that confrontation. There's a lot of talking in this episode, I guess, but the lighting looks good and all that. Peter has a conversation with Ellen, where Ellen's like, "So you're pregnant?" And my sister, he's like, "How do you know it's mine? How do you know she wasn't already pregnant when I came along?" Because when she's talking, she's like, "Well, where did he come from? He was already living here." So she said, "Oh, great, he was a homeless guy that found the house and was squatting here or something." Yeah. So it's not yours? Wants to know the truth, and then he seduces her, and they 3 episodes in a row now get busy, have sex, do it. Well, not 3 episodes. There was nothing in Bone Chillers, but 3 adult episodes in a row now. All right, Outer Limits, Masters of Horror, and this sex. Although it does cut away because this was syndicated. It wasn't like the other 2. Even Outer Limits was not like that, so yeah. And you already know there's something, because he's like, I want you to have my baby. She's like, "I don't even know you." But then May walks in on them and she gets all pissed. She threatens to stab the baby. And what I like about this is you could see it moving underneath. And also, this is where it gets real creepy with the bugs, because Ellen's trying to chase after her, and she, breaks in through the floor. Bugs crawl out. She hits the wall, and bugs crawl out. It's disgusting. There's bugs all over the place. The place is infested. Well, May's about to have the baby now, and this is what I remember from watching the episode back in the day. Okay? This got me, because you knew something was up. Something was going on. you knew that whatever that baby was gonna be, it wasn't gonna be normal. You knew something. You know this episode was the end. It was the birth of the baby, and because you're not gonna have a pregnant woman in a TV episode or something, and not use that to your advantage. You knew something was gonna happen here, and that's what it is. She's gonna have the baby. He set her up on the couch, and Ellen's like, "It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine." He's like, "No, she will die." What? They all die. My mother did. Just how it works. And she starts to realize there's something wrong with him. So he does this thing where he goes with his tongue, hits Ellen's neck, and she's all like paralyzed. So then she gives birth. She does mention earlier that it's eating her insides. She gives birth to this larva, and it's one of the best practical effects you'll see in a TV episode ever. It is fantastic. He's like, "I love all my children. All my children are beautiful," or something like that. And then they show May, and she's got bugs eating through her arms and stuff. It's, yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So he's some kind of bug man. Not Bob the Bug Man. He's a bug man. He's an insectoid, according to Wikipedia. Like, oh, cool. We don't get to see. Oh, we get to see. Because it's like, you're only supposed to assume he's a bug person, but... Oh, they do something. Like I said, there's good effects in this. This one must have a high price tag on it. Because it's... She's out of it, but she grabs him. Pulls his hair, and half of his fucking face comes off. And it's like an animatronic thing, but it's real cool looking. She's like, ah! And then it cuts. And she wakes up in bed pregnant. He's fine. She's got a ponytail now. And he's taking care of her. So I think whatever that does, eventually it... Like, because he's like, you're a fighter. Like your sister. She was a fighter too. But they all succumb. Eventually. So like... He's a... Like it... She wasn't complicit. And then by the end she was. And now it's affected Ellen. She's complicit with him, and she's pregnant now, going to give birth. So, yeah. The only thing is we don't really, other than the baby bug being born and the paw of the face, we only get an explanation where he came from. Like, they said before that it's like a bug infested cabin. So did he mutate from the cabin somewhere or something? I don't know. It's interesting, but... Yeah, so that happened. And then we had to go to the racetrack at night. Oh, fun. I had to play with my toys in the sand, but like... Yeah? And I remember I could have said something. But I wanted to watch it. And I didn't want to say something and have my mom be like, well, you said you wanted to watch this, and now you know what I'm watching? I sat there and I watched it. I'm a horror fan, so it works. But I definitely thought it was an episode of The Munsters. And then so they start to quickly realize, no, this is not The Munsters. There's no Herman Munster. There's no Grandpa. There's bugs in the lab. No, there's no Grandpa here. This is, nope. But it certainly is memorable for me. Yep. That's what this whole thing has been. A little trudge down memory lane. Which will continue next time. But until then, what are your thoughts on this episode? Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.